Hi, Matt here from Play Official, and this is my first video on showing you about the auction house and making money. And today I'm going to be talking about what items to stock up and what items to dump before Miss comes. Now, Miss is less than 2 months away, so to be honest, we're going to want to be getting rid of our stuff right now, because if we do it in the last week or two, that's when everybody's going to try to be doing it. So as you'll see, I've gone through pretty much all of my characters and just transferred stuff that we really need to be getting rid of now. So I've got volatile earth, I've got some hypnotic dust, I've got some herbs, some more volatiles, herbs, ember silk cloth, I've got some older enchanting materials because people are going to be focusing on leveling, so you know they're not going to be used as much. Lots and lots of volatiles here. And then obviously I've got my potions, my savage leather and things. I've got food buffs here. Then I've got obviously like my golem blood potions. I've already sold off all of the other potions, I've just got some golem blood ones left. Bars and things. As you can see, a lot of my volatile air has sold here, so that's quite good. Some ores and bits, some more potions, tolvirs here. And I've got some more bars. Obviously we'll be getting rid of those gems as well. One thing that we do want to be stockpiling though is bags. Now I'm selling off a lot of bags here, but that's just because there's been so much netherweave cloth in the auction that I've just made, well, I've made tons of them on my mage, so I'm selling some of those off as well. Then as you can see, as we get down to the more expensive stuff, it's just really flasks, more enchanting materials, more flasks, gems and things, especially as we get to the bottom, some maelstrom crystals, elementium bars, and then especially like our enchants and essence of destruction. Nobody's going to be wanting those. Then we've got some ember silk bags and bits and bobs of gear, more enchants, and as we get right to the bottom we've got 3 violet sands. Now there are a few things that I would suggest trying to hold on to, or at least not sell them as a priority right now. And these are things that people are going to be using as Miss is released. Now obviously when Miss of Pandaria comes out anyway, money is going to go up. The gold cap is probably going to be raised, because in Wrath the gold cap was 214k. I would have hit that about 3 times over by now, but the gold cap is now about a mil, I think. So obviously there's going to be so much more money around. So things like Vial of the Sands, and if you have any other mounts such as Meccano hogs that you can make, they will probably be selling for a reasonable amount more in this. Another big one is bags. People are going to be creating there's going to be absolutely tons of new monks coming into the game, and people are going to want to buy bags for them. And especially because the newer bags, there's not going to be enough, you know, well, there's just not going to be enough cloth around to be able to support the amount of bags that are needed. So especially things like ember silk, frostweave and netherweave bags, they will be worth a reasonable amount more. I think they might even double in price, because that's what happened when Cataclysm came out. Heading over to my guild bank, as you can see I've already removed quite a few bits in here to sell off earlier, but I have got quite a few items stockpiled. This includes an awful lot of elementium ore. As you'll see, it's in almost every bank space. In total I've got about 200 stacks of it. This is because when the new expansion's released, people just aren't going to have the money always to buy the new ores and level off, well, their blacksmithing and stuff from the new ores. So the first few levels they're probably going to be buying the elementium ore, and let's face it, nobody's going to be mining elementium ore as soon as a new expansion comes out. So I figure that, you know, there's going to be a reasonable demand for that, and I will probably get more than the 40g a stack I paid for that. Another item I have an awful lot of is hypnotic dust, and this is exactly the same reason. Nobody's going to be running the old Cataclysm content, so people that are leveling up their enchanting are going to be needing this hypnotic dust. The reason I'm not stockpiling Greater Celestial Essence and Maelstrom Crystals is because they're more expensive. People will probably try to avoid those when leveling. Hypnotic Dust, however, is pretty cheap and you need it for almost every enchant anyway. And then obviously, as I mentioned earlier, bags are going to be doing pretty well. Now if by any chance you do have your hands on any reasonably rare companions or anything, I actually got rid of mine as soon as Cataclysm came out, but things like Enchanted Broom and those little Meccano Striders, well, I paid about 1,000 gold each for those back in Wrath at the end. As soon as Cataclysm hit, I sold them all really easily for about 4,000 gold each. In the next expansion, we're going to be getting pet battles, so they'll be worth even more.
Yeah.